Welcome back, everybody. This is Paul Wright, Wilder Action, Birds and Bees, and today we have a new, not this. Oh God, that was heavy. We have a little something here. From my last vid, I told you guys I was getting Olympus, and I'm gonna do what I said I wouldn't do, which is an unboxing. What have we got? This came from Park Cameras. I bought it yesterday. They sent it today. I've been chomping at the bit to open it. I'll just show you there. It says Park Cameras. Sold my lens. Lots of bubble wrap, which I'm going to throw over there. And it's come nicely packed. Lots of crinkling noises. Nothing else in the box. I've got two packages here. And one is the crinkle, 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 crinkle noise. I'm presuming this is the 90mm. Yep. So that's the 90mm. And with it, we have probably going to be a lot of cutscenes in this, by the way. Please tell me, in the last video I did a lot of cutscenes, and I don't know if I should have really done that. Does it make it seem really unnatural? I'm just trying to cut out the dead air space sometimes when I'm talking. But this is what I've received, the OM1 Mark II and the 90mm Zuikigo Pro. Whatever that is. Right. What shall I open first? What shall I open first? Do you know what? Let's open the camera first. Oh my God, I hope it's charged. I hope it's charged. It may not be charged. I just thought about that, but they normally say. Ooh. Sorry about that. You're going to hear a lot of banging, a lot of noises that you wouldn't normally hear because obviously I need to open this nice USB-C to USB-C cable. All the packaging that I will never ever read. And that literally will go back in the box afterwards. And the box will go on the shelf with the other boxes behind me. Right, I'm going to tell you this. When I lifted up that box in the first place, the box, and I knew it had the lens and the camera in it, the first thing I thought is, God, that's light. And holding this compared to, let's say the Canon R5, which is obviously full frame and weather sealed, and then the Nikon Z8 and Z9, which are both weather sealed, and obviously the Z9 being a lot heavier. This feels like a toy. It feels robust, but compared to those cameras, it feels tiny in my hand. The grip's not very grippy. This grip is less grippy than the Canon after 4 years. Sorry, again, lots of banging noises. We will have probably, we will have battery and strap. Does it even say Olympus? I think they stopped using the Olympus logo. But you know what? The same as everything else like this kind of thing. Back in the box, I will never, ever, ever use that. That can go on the floor. What do I think? First impressions of the body, other than the weight and how it felt like that in the hand. I like that it's got a simple dial. Push the button on top here and just turn the dial to, oh, no you don't. Not as simple as I thought it was. Is that just a really stiff turn or what? Jesus. I can't turn this. I don't want to break the camera. OM1, you've stumped me already. Does it say Mark II? Have they tried? Nah, Park wouldn't do that to me. It says Mark II here. And it says OM system. As I said, it doesn't say Olympus anymore. They've got rid of that. I think it's a new company. The company took it over and they've renamed it, rebranded. God, this is tiny. This mount and that sensor look absolutely tiny. Obviously, I've got the Sony RX10 Mark IV, and that's a 2.7 times crop, so I've never seen the size of the sensor. But that sensor looks absolutely tiny. Yeah, you got your usual turn and flip screen. I love these screens in a way. I hate them and I love them. I love them because they're going to protect the screen from me. All the diving in the dirt I'm going to do and everything like that. So that's brilliant for that. And then when you need it, it's out at the side. But why I don't like it is what I said in my Nikon video, is because when I'm going to try and take a ground shot, if you're looking through the screen, it won't be center. It's going to be over here. So you think you're straight and you're not straight. It's quite hard. And even when you're, especially when you're doing things like that, tilting it, you find it a lot harder to find out. If you're shooting ground like that and you're not even at that level, you'll find it very hard to shoot something because it's not on the level you're at. When the screen's here and it's out behind it, directly underneath the eyepiece, you are centered the whole time. But I lived with the Canon like that for how many years, so it's not that much of a problem, but I always bring it up because it is a problem. Not too many buttons on the back. Is that joystick? Yeah, so you've got a joystick with push button here, and then you've got your 4 directional here with a set OK button, and then play, trash, info. Same as, to be honest, most cameras. It's got enough buttons for me, I think. It's got an ISO button on the back. How many dials have we got? We got 2 dials. Come on, peeps, get with the 3 dials. You all know the exposure triangle consists of 3 things. Just put 3 wheels on camera. Please put 3 wheels on camera. It makes it, I'm not going to say it makes it more professional because I'm not a professional. But for a person that uses full manual, it just makes it so much easier. I've just realised I've still got the headphones on. So I'm going to take these headphones off. Right. Anyway, let's put this battery in. I still don't know how to turn that to manual. All I want is this dial to go to M, and it seemed very stuck. I really don't want to turn that. Oh, do you lift it up? Do you push it? Well, I don't know how to turn. Oh God, I'm going to have to read the manual. Don't worry, I'll look it up on YouTube. YouTube's brilliant. YouTube's the best. Shall I switch it on without a lens? Round. Rather satisfying click of that screen as it goes in. It feels very tightly put together. Oh, again, I would like it if the on control was at least on the right hand side of the camera, so that most of the time you hold the camera, if you're right handed, you hold the camera with your right hand, and you've either got your thumb on the back here, or you've got your finger on the front here. A trigger on off or an on off at the back here, somewhere around the right hand side of the camera. Should never be on the left to switch it on and off, because you're now wasting time to switch it on. And I think we have a dead battery. We've got a dead battery. I gotta charge it. What I'm probably gonna do, get the lens out. I'm gonna charge this while I'm doing that, getting that lens out, go inside for maybe 10, 20 minutes and come back outside and restart it. Most definitely this is gonna be cut, but I'm sure you lot won't mind that. You don't want dead air. You don't wanna sit here for 10 minutes. How do I open these? Here. How do I open this one? Ooh, okay. Oh, it's micro HDMI, which is not a problem because I'm not gonna shoot probably video with this, or I won't film myself with this, but would have been nice if it was full size HDMI. Gone again, gone again. Stay there for a sec. You can stay there for a sec. What's this? I think this is supposed to be the case for it. Never understand cases like that. They're not really fit for purpose, so you don't end up using them. So it's a thing they needn't have bothered manufacturing, because you won't really use a case like this. You'd have been better off either saving a bit of money for the person that's buying it. I'm never going to use this. What's this flimsy thing going to do? It might stop scratches, but it's not going to stop anything else. I've got plenty of cases that I can put on. Considering this is equivalent to a 180mm macro, this is light. Anybody tells you this is heavy, they've never held a heavy system before. The one thing I hadn't thought of when I bought this, I saw people doing it and it sounds like a brilliant idea. I'm hoping this has manual override. I'm pretty sure it hasn't got manual override. Otherwise they would just said it's got manual override. But I use manual override to get to where I need to be, and then I shoot. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to start working out a way of pulling back, finding where I need to be, pushing forwards. That's gonna be a faff. Oh, this is a small system. This is smaller than APS-C systems I've used. Oh, that's satisfying click. That was nice and tight. So it looks on. What we got here? Macro, IS on and off. And we got a function ring, function button. It's not a click, yeah, it's just press it. So that's for 2 times macro when you put it on S. So this is like a full range. So you can go from, I don't think this is 1 to 1, maybe it's from 1 to 1 macro to infinity. And then you can go from 0.25 to half a meter, which is probably either where I'll be. I won't be at the macro end of it, so I'll probably be in that middle one. I don't know if you can see this. Not very tight. That little middle one there. God, this is small. Oh, if this works, this is going to make my life so easy. My partner won't be upset with me taking this. Even, do you know what? If this even slightly works, this is going to become my holiday get up, because this size is brilliant. I understand why people go on about the size now, and all it has to do now is live up to the expectations. And my expectations are quite high, so you better do it. Just going to go and plug this in, and what I'll do, oh, actually, let's get this out. You haven't seen this. I haven't seen it. We've got another satisfying click. Not as satisfying, and it's not as tight. It's a little bit loose on there, to be honest. Not loose, but hard to, can you hear that? It's a little bit not a tight fit, if you get what I mean. It is tight on there, it's just not a tight fit, which in the big scheme of things means nothing. But you never know, that could cause me a problem one day. I don't know. I don't think it will. I need to turn this off. That's on, that's off. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge this, and I'll see you lot in about an hour. Well, to you it'll be like 1 second. Right, we're back. That should have been 1 second later. I've just worked out how to do the shutter dial, and I didn't have to go online for it. I just realised how stupid I was. If you click this button, you actually lock it. It's a 1 click to lock, 1 click to unlock. I like that actually. Now I know how to use it. So press it, and I can't move that off manual now. That's actually a really good idea. I won't be using the C1, C2, C3, bolt, oh, there's a C4 as well. Bulb, video, obviously I'll be using, PAS I won't be using. So basically I'll just be using 2 modes on this camera. That'll be manual and video, which are on the opposite, almost the opposite ends of the scale. Which is a shame really. It'd be nice if they're right next to each other. I'm really cold now because I forgot to put the heating back on. I just started shaking then. So let's turn her on, turn it on. Let's not turn her on. Oh, sorry. It's the year, the month is the 1st. It's not 2024, is it? It's 2025. And I think we're the 4th today. The time, sponsored by Accurist, will be 22:13. What did I press? I must have accidentally pressed enter, and I've gone into the actual camera. I don't know how to switch this to, you press info. You know what? I never ever read a manual. I don't think I've ever picked up a camera and read a manual. I just work it all out on the fly. Let's go menu. You know what? I'm not going to go for all these menus right now. Let's have a look through the viewfinder. It says no card. Because we're on that, we need to switch it to that. Let's have a look. Oh, we need to turn that off. I hate beep, 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 beep. It's just showing it's in focus. I don't need to show that it's in focus because I can do that myself. It's not the fastest to focus, but we are in very bad light here. Where's the shutter speed? So I've got the shutter speed on the back at the moment. We're on 65% power. That wasn't enough to charge it fully. That's doing nothing at the moment. It's showing we've got no card in there. I don't know how to switch this screen to show. See the screen here, it's just showing all the details. I don't know how to switch it to show what's going on the screen. Maybe I'll press that. What's this? Yay! Well, that's nice because it's got a handy little picture on it to show. So if I press that again, yeah, so that it goes from settings to screen. Makes a little bit of noise. Is it because I've got it on? That's manual, isn't it? At the moment, that moves very quickly when you're in manual, which is not the greatest. You don't want to be moving that quick in manual focus. Maybe if it's close up, it'll be a bit different. You want it to be a bit more slower so that it's more accurate. And this is moving very fast when I turn it in manual focus. I suppose I'll get used to it. There's no distance scale on this. And I need to change this diopter. Is there a lock on the diopter? Quite a big viewfinder, to be honest. I don't know why it's showing me that. Shows you like a semicircle. You've got a long, thin histogram on the back here, which is probably quite nice. I wonder if we can move where that is as well. I don't know what this battery life's going to be like. It's already gone down 1%. But to be honest, most don't show it in 1% scale. It's blocks or something like that. God, I'm freezing. I'm going to end this in a sec. I'm going to go through all my settings, obviously. Set the camera up as I like it. Oh, I just wish there'd been 3 dials. That would have been lovely. Do I like the... Yeah, it's easy enough. Not very prominent, to be honest, these control rings. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hidden on one side. It's fine for my fingers. The one at the back doesn't really stick out far enough, to be honest. It should have been protruding a little bit more. It feels like maybe they've done it so that you can't accidentally do it by rubbing the back of the camera because it's less than flush with the back. But to be honest, it should have been a little bit further out so that as you got this little divot here, it comes past the divot so that your fingers just naturally brush that. I don't know. Same as this one, to be honest. It's just a little bit inside the zone where it should be to be perfect. Something I've never actually thought of. I can get my fingers to them. I've got no problems with it. I just would have preferred it. It's very clear viewfinder. Even like the screen on the back, I can see it's very clear. Good for my eyes. Looking through there. As you know, it's quite dark in here. Oh, I know what that is now. Yeah, it's quite dark in here. So, to be honest, the autofocus is not actually that slow. When it's dark, your autofocus has problems picking things up. I really need to turn that beep, beep, beep off because it's doing my head in already. What's that? Don't even know what that is. One of these days, I will read a manual. I've not even looked at how anybody sets this up because I'm going to set it up how I would set it up. Obviously, the very first thing I'm going to do is swap my shutter speed to the front and aperture to the back. And then you've got the same as with the Nikon, you've got an ISO button that you can, so if I press that, we are now in ISO. So I'm going to have to, I won't have to get used to it as such because it's going to be the same as the Nikon, apart from the ISO buttons over here. So that's the only thing I'll have to get used to, really. There's not a lot that's different from any other camera. You've got an AF button here, you've got a drive mode here. So if I switch that, silent, sequential, pro capture, okay. So you don't have to go into any menus, basically, it's all here. You press the button here on the front and you've got all your drive modes. Press the button on the back and I've got all my continuous AF. Good, so we've got no more bib, bib, bib. It's not gonna take me a lot of learning to learn this camera. Pretty easy, to be honest. Lost another percent. So we've lost 2% since I've switched it on. It's on 63% now. I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. Let me have a quick look and see if this was an insect, for argument's sake. So press the ISO, bring the ISO down. Yep. Get your... I'll tell you one way this is much better than especially the Canon. Actually, both the Nikon and the Canon. At low shutter speeds, the viewfinder doesn't do anything silly. When you've got it with... Let me just see something. I'm going to turn it to 2 seconds. Wow. That's pretty impressive. It doesn't slow down the viewfinder or anything like that. When you put it on low shutter speeds on the full frames, well, the 2 full frames I've got, it starts doing weird things in your viewfinder, like, hard to explain, like slows it down so it doesn't look natural at all. This pretty much just stays natural looking. I'm quite impressed with this at the moment. The only thing I haven't got, well, I have got some, but I need to probably get a faster one, is I haven't got a fast SD card. So I'll have to pick one up. We don't want buffering or anything like that. What's that? Oh, that's for remote control. Headphones, microphone. Only thing that I don't like there is the small HDMI. And I will say that the USB-C wasn't the tightest fit as well. But other than that, okay, I'm going to enjoy this. Still a little bit rattly. You can hear it. I'd say that's the only build quality issue I can really see. I'll probably be swapping this video button, if I can, to the exposure compensation button here. I think I'm going to swap those two over, or not even swap them over. Video on this side, because that's where it is on my other cameras, and then this button hopefully can be something else. Yeah, pretty impressed. Eyepiece. The all-important eyepiece. Am I going to hit my face on it? No, it's rubber all the way round with nowhere to hit myself on. I like it. Well done. And can we change this eyepiece? Not like, is it one that can come off? It looks like quite possibly it can. I'm not going to play with it too much now. I'll probably, look, I've already got fingerprints all over that screen. So bang, we shut that screen. I like the texture on the back here. It's more like an old school camera. It's not just flat plastic. It's more like, actually there's more texture on this back screen. It's almost like leather or something. It's supposed to be like a leather feeling kind of thing. I like this. I like the, I always say I don't like gold rings or white. I like this bit of, I'm colourblind by the way, just so that you all know I'm colourblind. And I think it's bluey, purpley, some kind of bluey tint colour on here. I like the look of that actually. God, I'll never be able to see that. That's the one thing about when you have small things, everything has to become small. I cannot see one number on this scale here. Not that it matters because I never use the numbers anyway, but I can't see one number on there. Is this easy to come off? Yeah. Yeah, that's the only build issue I'd say. And the fact that I don't think there's, maybe we can try it now. I don't think there's manual override. Let's try switching it on. That would help really. No, there's no manual override. So I have to do that, get it where I want, click forwards. Yeah, that'll take some getting used to as well. There's the new camera, new lens. It's tiny. It feels, I don't even know how am I gonna carry it around the side? Am I gonna, for once in my life, use the straps here? I highly doubt that. I'm not one for putting one around my neck here. I don't know though. It's so small. It's almost like old school. I think this is going to make photography enjoyable. I'm not saying it's not enjoyable, but the size will bring... Oh, I didn't realise it's got the colour here as well. I don't care about colour. I don't want to be a hypocrite and say, I like it. I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I like it. IS, was the IS on? It must have been, because I just realised how steady that was without even trying. Oh, that's very steady. Let me turn that off. Yeah, I've got a lot of shake in me. That's impressive. Switch it on. There's a little bit of movement. It's not rock steady, but it's, I don't know about video wise. If this was video and I was just trying to hold it on a bolt at the end of the clamp here, definitely movement. It's not movement I'm used to be quite honest, but it is pretty impressive. The one thing I will say about this system I don't like is the numbering that they call their cameras, because when I was looking at their system about a year ago, I didn't even understand what cameras they had. I didn't know, is there a full frame equipment? Have they got a full frame camera? I thought maybe the OM1's a full frame or something like that. No, it's just the way they name their cameras to how good they are. I think they're all 2x crop, but you have the OM1, which is, I'm hoping I've got bought the top of the range one, but I think they've got the EM, They've got I don't know, there's lots of numbers, but I don't like the way that they're lettered and numbered is not so bad, but I don't like the way they're lettered because it's very hard from an outside perspective to understand what kind of camera you're getting. Maybe you'd have to read it up and all that, but you can kind of tell. If you go like Canon, for argument's sake, you say the R1 that's just come out, that's their flagship. With Nikon, it's the Z9, and then you go the other way for Nikon to get not worse, but the lower end. And then with Canon, you go the other way. So you go, which is quite strange actually. Yeah, R1, R3, R5, R6, R7. Even theirs can go a bit haywire. Nikon's, Z8, Z9, Z7, Z6, Z5. Yeah, they're pretty much go in order actually, the Nikons. But sorry, I digress. I'm going to leave it here because I'm just going into my head. It's it's late for me because I've been up early working all week. And I just said to my partner, I need to go out and finish this because I'm going to fall asleep. Tomorrow I'm going to go through the menus and then maybe I'll get out and shoot with it, even if it's just to shoot something on a leaf or something like that, and just to let you know what my real first impressions are. When spring comes, I will be getting out there with all my cameras and really putting everything to the test, taking you lot everywhere I go. This does feel different. Not what I'm used to at all. This is a very different feeling system. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway, I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. And we'll see you soon.